Look who's back with the one magic set everyone's talking about, True Astonishments. You've seen my reviews of disc 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now it's time to move on to big numero 5. That's right, number 5 of Paul Harris's True Astonishments. So far in our little review quest, the first 3 discs kind of fell flat for me. The 4th one is where it started to pick up, and now we're on to number 5. So let's see how this one goes. Here it is, disc number 5. In its nice trifold case with a DVD that just fell out. Shows how well made these things are. No, I'm kidding, that was my own fault. So we've got disc number 5, the beautiful case, and some effects. This disc only has 4 effects. Did we get gypped? Not at all, because these effects are good. Let's get into them, shall we? The first effect is Transcendental Barbette, which where a randomly selected playing card visually vanishes, like the spectator actually makes the card vanish themselves, and then reappears in an impossible location, like inside the card box, underneath their butt, wherever you want. This is cool. I can imagine a lot of magicians being fooled during the performance, and I certainly was fooled, because it's not like it's not an implicit vanish. Like, it's not as though they hold a packet of face-down cards, the card's somewhere in the middle, you snap, they spread the cards, it's gone. It's like the card is on the face of the deck. They hit the sides of the deck with their 2 fingers. The card is in full view the entire time. Not once is it covered. And then it changes. Well, it vanishes, actually, when they hit the sides of the deck visually. Like, it just goes. And then there's nothing left behind to see that you're completely clean at that point. It's a very cool vanish. And it is as good as it sounds. It does look as good as it sounds. But there is a catch. This doesn't happen all out in the open. The card, the randomly selected card, isn't randomly selected, and it has to be covered with a little special something. Actually, if you watch the demo of True Astonishments, you'll see that there's a little clip where it looks like, at first I thought it was like 2 Christmas tags or something weird, that were balanced on top of a deck, and you see the spectator hit the sides of the deck with their fingers, and the two little pieces of card, they just get knocked off. Well, that's essentially when the vanish happens, but, I mean, why put 2 pieces of, it's actually a torn business card, why put 2 pieces of a torn business card on top of a playing card? Doesn't make any sense. And this is extremely hard to justify. Like, nearly impossible. How do you justify randomly putting 2 pieces of card, like 2 pieces of torn business card, on top of a card? And the card isn't even a free selection. You have to randomly place both halves into the deck. I'm sure someone with really, really, really good presentational skills might be able to justify the 2 pieces of business card to some degree, but I still think this is sort of an unfinished idea. The vanish is uber cool. You end clean. It's impromptu. That's pretty much it. So, with a little bit of work, this could be absolutely devastatingly cool. So, Transcendental Barbette has a 7, but the potential of a 9. It's that good. The next on the list is Extraordinary Proof by Andrew Gerard. On this set, Andrew Gerard tends to provide effects that are really simple in method, but have a lot of different subtleties and a lot of psychological work put into them. He really takes the time to break down each effect and go through everything to make it a perfect experience for your spectators. And this is no exception with Extraordinary Proof. The method is pretty much as basic as you can get, and it's a fairly standard method. It's essentially a predicted card. They deal the deck. The deck, I think, can be shuffled. The deck is dealt down. They can stop dealing whenever they want to. It's their free choice, no forces. And the card they stopped at has been predicted on the palm of your hand in ink. So it's cool. It's a very cool, powerful effect, and it uses an old classic sort of force. It does use a force. I mentioned before it doesn't use a force, but it does. But it's a very deceptive force in the right hands, and as long as you've got enough of a time lapse, which is all covered on here. I mean, the effect is really got into in good detail, and it could be a good worker's piece, as long as you change up the prediction, because you have a big prediction written on your hand. As long as you change that up maybe to like a folded business card or something, that could work. And Extraordinary Proof is a cool idea, and I really appreciate the Gerard thinking into this. So I'd give Extraordinary Proof an 8 out of 10. Next up, Tensegrity by Patrick Snowden. This is a bizarre thing. It was originally in one of the Art of Astonishment books. I can't for the life of me remember which one, but it's been a few touches have been added since then. But the weirdest, it's not really a trick in a sense. It's not a magic trick, not an effect, not a routine. It's hard to explain. It's not quite magic. It's not quite a puzzle. It's like an art form on its own. This is really hard to describe, but it's essentially a weird balancing act with a bunch of playing cards, a bunch of different objects. Cards are balanced impossibly together on their edges, and something really cool. It's like the most impossible card castle you've ever seen. So this is really difficult to review because it's not a trick. They include a special something with the True Astonishment set that will help you do it. Well, it's necessary to do it, but this could be really, really neat. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. It looks so cool, and you can even make up this perfect, like a permanent, semi-permanent Tensegrity and put it on display in your home, maybe under a glass case or something. But it's heavily gimmicked, and that's really all I can say about it. Because if you look up a video of Tensegrity on YouTube, I'm sure you'll find something, because there's no words I can use to do it justice or really describe it completely. But Tensegrity is just so cool. Really beautiful contribution to the set, so I give it an 8 out of 10. And the last effect on the DVD is Re-Swindled by Caleb Wiles. Now, Re-Swindled was originally published, I can't remember which issue, but it was in 2006, I believe, of Magic Magazine. And it's Caleb Wiles' version of the Paul Hare's Reset effect. Now, Reset is a classic in its own right. Many performers do it, many performers do a variation of it, and Re-Swindled has become my new favorite version. It's the first version I've seen to have complete and total justification. Everything is justified. The routine all fits together. It's all blended together like a smoothie, and it's just it just has a really, really strong effect on people. It's done under, like, it's justified as being sort of a poker game style effect, like a poker effect, and it has a surprise kicker at the end. This is a beautiful effect. So many magical moments. It's moderate sleights. Like, this is probably one of the most sleight intensive effects on the disc. This is going to require a lot of sleight of hand skill, but it's really good. I use Re-Swindled all the time. As soon as I learned it, it became a permanent part of my repertoire. I use this all the time to great effect. Fantastic work. 9 out of 10. So that would be the 4 effects on True Astonishments disc number 5. Stay tuned as we move on to disc number 6. We've gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 6. Coming soon. Be on the lookout. Will it still stay a consistent good set, or will things start to lag a little bit again? We'll see. See you next time, guys.